Okay, let's see. And I think maybe now we got some audio. Let me come over to my comments and see if the gang got me. Okay. How about now? Jim, you got anything on me? Let's see. Still nothing? Hold on. All good? All right. Okay, guys, this is what to sell on Amazon. Horace, also known as La Machine, and we're going to spend about a half an hour together doing what we love to do, and that is roll up our sleeves and see if we can find some leads. Now, you guys know around here, all roads lead to the software Tactical Arbitrage. That's what I use to find my leads for my online arbitrage. And that's what I want to do today. And I'm going to do that. I didn't start a search going. I have no searches going. So we're going to use the feature that Tactical Arbitrage has called Always Be Scanning. We're going to see if that really works. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get some things set up. And while I'm doing that, if anybody has any questions, we're going to address those for you, because that's also something I want to do for your benefit. Okay. And also do me a favor, because there's only a few of us. I don't think many, those who are out here live with us now, you guys aren't really gated in a lot of things, right? I mean, you're ungated in quite a bit. Gina, I know you've been around for a while. You should be ungated. Guys, just drop in the chat whether you're gated in a lot of things or not gated. If you say gated, then I know we need to look for some ungated leads, and we can do that. But yeah, just let me know. If nobody responds, then I'm just going to go ahead and find whatever leads I can find. If you're gated, you can let me know. So here's what we're going to do, gang. I'm going to pull that out. And let's see. Okay. Somebody says ungated in grocery, but I'm really bad at sourcing. Okay. All right. Well, you just gave me a great idea because I love groceries. You responded. So we're gonna make you the focal point. Let's see here. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. As you can see, we're looking at the dashboard inside of Tactical Arbitrage. Now, all we need to do is come down to Always Be Scanning. We're going to click on that. Okay. Now, we don't want all countries. We're going to pick USA. Now, I'm assuming you're in the US. And let's see. We got to let that populate. That may take a little bit, but you can see it's doing something. While that's doing that, now what we want to do at this point, we could you only got 19 pages. I only have 19 pages. That's not a lot. What I'm going to do now, you guys, you got to remember, you can move these columns around the way you want. I like having my ASIN right there because then I can use the extension Tactical Forecaster. And if it turns green, I know I'm good to go. If it's red, I'll just keep it moving. That way I don't have to waste time. And I like being able to see right then and there if I'm ungated. From there, I like having my pictures. I usually kind of like having them right next to one another. That way I can do a quick side by side comparison. For example, you could see this is probably not going to be worth your time because the Amazon image is showing two items. Now, in this case, these match, but it's not green, so I'm probably restricted in that. And I'm just going to kind of scroll down. Flea and tick collar for dogs. Now, if I think I have a match, because with an item like this, sometimes items they'll change the packaging. If I think we have a match on the picture, the next thing I'm looking at is estimated monthly sales, gross profit, and then what I like to look at is quickly sales rank and return on investment. I'm a big ROI guy. Okay, because overall I have a budget, and if I can put that budget out and get that budget back plus 47%, I'm actually doing pretty good. I'm okay with 20, but if you focus too much on dollars, sometimes that can keep you from getting momentum, and that's going to be important. I will click on restrictions. Then from there, I want to see, is the product at the site for the price that it's showing in Tactical Arbitrage. So we're at the site VitaCost. We're going to come over. The price should be around $6.27. It may be, it may not. Let's take a look. Now, this is 1.1 ounce. It should be, I'm going to guess that's one collar. Okay. Then we're going to come over to Amazon. We're going to see, does this match? I see a suppressed buy box. I like that because that usually means it's bringing a nice, a higher price. I'm seeing a lot of velocity on that keeper chart. I'm seeing Amazon in and out, not a solid line. That's not a deal breaker for me, but it just lets me know. Then I'm going to filter prime and new. And now we jump up to 2102. Now, if you take the price you're buying at times 3, and if the sales price is like 3 times the buy price, you definitely will generally have a decent product. Now, of course, you've got to continue to do your due diligence. So how do we do that? I'm going to take, and I'm going to use, give me 1 second. I'm going to use the software Inventory Lab because they have a feature to calculate whether or not you can make a profit. You might use something else. You might use the revenue calculator that Amazon gives you. And either one is okay. But I like Inventory Lab, so I'm going to get signed into that real quick. Hustlers, make sure if you have any questions, you get those out there. And also, make sure you check out workingclasshustler.com. That's the website. If we're not connected, make sure you text the words Working Class Hustler to the number on your screen so we can get connected. That's a real phone. That way you can text me questions, comments, concerns, things like that. If you want to get going and you don't really know how to use the software, but you really want to get going right away, make sure you take the Lightning courses. The link to those are in the description. YouTube videos that are going to help you. If you want, you can try Tactical Forecaster. You can just go to tacticalforecaster.com and get that feature. It's real cheap. Now let's get back to work. So watch what happens here. Okay, so you're looking at my dashboard inside of Inventory Lab. Real quick, let's see here. We're gonna go quarterly. We're in the third quarter. just so you guys could see. Okay, for example, last month I had total income of $14,473.65. Profit, a lot lower, guys, a lot lower, $4,457.27. But you got expenses, right? You got your cost of goods. Sometimes people are asking, well, what are you spending in cost of goods? Well, $6,641. Okay. Uh, of course, that's between July and what has taken past already in August. But you look at where we are this month. Last month we did 14, maybe 14.5 roughly. We're already 9. So the next video that comes out on the channel, I'm going to show you a trick that I use to really increase revenue. So make sure you check that out. Now, back to work. Inside of Inventory Lab, which by the way, I do recommend that software. This is one of my favorite softwares, Inventory Lab. Come over to research, go into Scout. And what I'm going to do there, let's see here if I could find. I'm going to take that ASIN, copy it. I'm going to paste it in over here. And now we're going to start working the numbers. Now, in my case, I gotta pay tax because I'm in Pennsylvania. So let's just say it's gonna cost me $6.27 plus 6%. It's gonna cost me $6.65 thereabouts. Okay. And now I can see. Let's see. We gotta make sure that's what we're gonna list it at. We said 665. So we're looking at getting that 665 back plus 749. Now it's probably going to cost me about 30 cents to get it sent into the warehouse. We're going to make this $7 just to kind of give a better picture of what it's really going to cost. So we're basically doubling our money with 102% return on investment. That looks good. Let's go back to the listing. And again, when you use tactical arbitrage, you get the hummingbird extension right here. I'm going to click on that and see if I can get their estimate. They're estimating 21 sales. It's an estimate, but it's a good one. Now, if you use the keeper chart and you were to just look at the drops, if you look at that far right column, sales rank, you got 48 drops a month. I think you might be getting more. Now, here's what you got to do from here. What I like to do is really make sure we got the right product. This is Adams Flea and Tick Collar for dogs, 7 months. Yep, that's 7 months. It should be 1 collar. Okay. Now, a lot of times, if I'm not sure, well, you got a lot of ratings on that. That's pretty good. A lot of times I'll come down and I'll see if there were any questions. Really good rank on that. And what I'm looking at, when I'm looking at the questions, see where it says, is there just 1 collar or 2 in the box? I have 2 dogs. And you see the answer. There is 1 collar per box. That's just a little trick in case you're wondering. Let me make sure I got the right quantity, because what you don't want to do is get into a listing and then when they send it to you, then you realize, wait a minute, this is for 2 collars. Guys, this is a good deal right here. I'm going to drop that ASIN in the chat. And I'm also going to drop the link to where we're getting it, which is Vitacost. This is a good listing. Guys, you got to think. A lot of times, especially to the newbies, listen to what I'm about to tell you. I just dropped that in the chat. Let me know if you got it, guys. You don't know what to sell. Guys, you cannot go wrong in these United States of America selling dog and cat products. Americans love their dogs and cats generally more than they love people. They will do more for that dog, more for that cat than they will for people. Why? Because that animal gives them unconditional love. So if you're wondering what the big deal is, that's what it all boils down to. So if you are looking, and especially when you're new, oh, I'm gated at everything. No, you're not. No, you're not. You can get into dog and cat products right away. You're going to have to do some work like everything else in the world, but it will be worth it. Oh, good question. Norma, no. We're using, let me go back and show you what we're doing. We're using the always be scanning feature. Okay. That's what, I did this intentionally, guys. I did not start a search. I did no search. I wanted to use the always be scanning. Sometimes you're ready to search. Oh my, I never did a search. You're ready to do some sourcing. Oh my, I never did. I forgot to start the search. I never got around to it. Well, I got 10 minutes. Guys, it didn't even take me 5 minutes to find this lead. Okay. So let's see if we can find another one. Now, here's the deal. We've been live for 23 minutes. Probably 5 of those. my mic wasn't working. But let's see if we can find another one. Again, I'm scanning. I have the ASIN column right here, and I'm scanning. Because if it's red, it's probably going to be restricted, and I don't want to even be bothered with it. I'm looking, it's green. The next thing I do is look at the image. It ain't matching, right? Why? Because the image at the product site has 1. The image on Amazon has 3. Okay. We just did this one. Now, what you can do is this. Here's what I'll do. I'll make sure I save this. I've created folders. You can create folders so that you can save this to come back for later. I have a folder called For Me. And now I copied it. And now you see what happened? Look at the difference between this one and this one. Now you see that little folder, you know it's been saved. Here's another one. Guys, if you can sell makeup, that is a great category to sell in. Let's see. We got a comment. I was gated, requested approval, got approved, then pulled up the ASIN you provided and still says requires approval. This happens all the time. If I understand, what you did was you clicked the button, you clicked on the button to just get to see if you could get auto approved or auto ungated, we call that. If am I understanding that right? And then what happens is it takes a little while. Okay. Once you get that done, if you get auto ungated and then you immediately go and try to list the product, it may take a while. So sometimes in my experience, you got to wait a little bit. Okay. Now looking at this, images look possible, but I see a 2-pack right here. And this is a 1. So I don't know. This probably won't be any good. Because if that's like, we're going to round that up to 6, that's going to be like $12. No, that's not going to work. Okay, so we can close that. Let's see. I will sell clothing, guys, just so you know. I don't sell a bunch of it, but I will sell clothing. We may come back to this pair of shoes. I know I'm not approved in Yeti, and I really don't care to be. What is this? What is this? Some kind of arc lamp? Images seem to match. That gave me green, but something's wrong with that, I think. Let me look at the image and just do what you guys would do, right? See if you can get approved. Now, what you're looking at right here is an extension that I use called Scanalyze. I like it because right here in a big bold green box, I can see the rank, I can see the categories, and I can see if I'm restricted. Let's see, item condition. See, I can only sell that in used. Now, I could do that if I wanted. If the price was right, I could just list it as used like new if I wanted to. But I typically don't. So we'll just keep going here. Norma says, did you just select always be scanning, and do you always leave that on, or do you select that right when you logged in? Always be scanning always runs for you. There's nothing you need to do. Actually, you know what? We'll double check that, but there may be a way to turn it on, but for me, it's ever since they brought it out, it seems to just run in the background. There's nothing you need to do. But like I was saying, when you go out there, what you need to do, you need to make sure I put USA instead of all countries because that's where I'm at. I got my columns the way I want them. If I wanted to filter, I would, but we only got 19 pages worth. You don't get a whole bunch of pages worth. So I don't really worry about filters. As far as I know, it always just runs. You should see, like, look along the left-hand margin. You should see that always be scanning. Let me know if you see that when you're in yours. Okay. Let's see now. Now we're looking at a product that's out of stock. Sometimes that happens. Let's see. What is this? Sweetened flax milk. I don't know about that. I don't do well with this source anyway. Meyer.com or whatever. I think that's a grocery store that some people have. Let me see. ShopRite. That's interesting. That's a store that's in the New Jersey area, and I know it because I was stationed in New Jersey for a while, so I used to shop there. But this was way before the internet. So let's just take a quick glance at what I'm looking at here. Now this is gonna be heavier, so because this is a milk, but this is the kind of stuff that sells, guys. You can't go wrong in the grocery category. Okay, Norma, you got that? Okay, good. So again, guys, I look at the images. If it looks pretty much like a match, now look at that's I see pack of 6, so forget it. I'm moving on. Let's see what this is. Knee pads. Let me see. Seems like a match. But again, we got to make sure, is it a set or what? Return on investment only 4%. So I ain't going to move on that. Now, what I could do, I could set a filter so that we only pull what I want. But I don't mind looking at other things. I kind of, I have the time. A lot of times if you don't have the time, set the filters and that'll save you that time. There's no sense in even having anything in front of you that is not what you're willing. See, like right here, estimated monthly sales is 0. What you could do is, I like to have at least 10. So you could apply that filter and let that load. And if you see, now you're down to 12 pages. Okay. We got another hustler joining us in RAM. He says hello. So a warm welcome to you from the working class hustlers of America and all across the globe. We're gonna see if we can find one more, gang. So if you have questions, now's the time, because once we find that other deal that we could find, we're gonna wrap it up. Let's see now. And there we do have a bulk list. If you're using tactical arbitrage and you don't want to deal with having to set up your own searches, we've got a free download you can get right here on YouTube. The link is in the description. You can just upload that, and in a couple clicks, everything's done for you. So yeah, let's get on back to work. Mary McFarland says, "Hey, right back at you." All right, now watch. Here we go again, guys. You see me? Where am I? I'm clicking on the extension Tactical Forecaster. And when I do that, what am I doing? I'm looking at the ascent column and watching what happens. If it turns green, I know right away I can sell it. If it turns red, no go. And that saves me from even bothering with it. Okay. Okay. This is Ace Hardware. This is probably no good. So I'm not even going to look at that. You'll get to know your stores over time. Okay. What do we got here? I do a lot of sourcing at Target. Now, when it comes to video games, be careful, because a lot of times you got to make sure what edition. You got to make sure. Actually, no, this is a Blu-ray. Some of you guys may not be approved to sell those. If you are, you can sell them. Some people are afraid to sell them. I've sold movies. I have no problem with that. All right. So again, the first thing I look at is the images, and if it's a store that I will source from. Okay. The next thing I'm looking at is estimated monthly sales. If that looks good, I'm looking at the return on investment and the sales rank. The next thing I'm going to do, check my restrictions. That looks good. The next thing I'm going to do is go to the website where it's supposed to be at Target. And is it at the price that Tactical Arbitrage is telling me? Because that changes a lot, guys. Okay. So should be $26.99. It's gone, which means I'm gone. Calvary says, "What's really stopping you from going full time? You really seem like you have this figured out." I do have it figured out, but you got to understand, I'm an older guy. I'll be 53 in about a month or so. And I've been at my company. I'm a union truck driver by trade, not over the road. I'm home every day, but I got about 25 years in. I only need about another 5 years to retirement. So I walked away from a retirement once. I did 10 years active duty, and I do regret walking away from that because I could have been retired since, I don't know, 2008. um, so yeah, this time I'm gonna see it through to my pension, and then uh, we'll see if we can go full time there. And I have other things that I do besides Amazon to get those multiple streams of income. So, but yeah, you're right. I could go full time with this, but I enjoy some pretty good benefits, and that's important, especially like you start getting up in age like me. What is this? I don't even know what this is. Let's see, but it's from Websterant, so it must be something. Let's take a look. Oh, due to the price was. Yeah, a lot of times we don't necessarily want to get into something this expensive. I will from time to time, but I got the budget for it. I got the experience. From what I'm looking at, it's probably not good anyway. But you would definitely have to get into the model numbers, make sure you got exactly the right thing before you get into something like this. I see a solid tan line. That means Amazon always has it. And if I'm gonna pay $64 and it's selling around, I don't know, 88, 90, there's probably not enough profit in that. So we'll keep going. What is this? Some kind of tool. I've sold this brand before. No good. I can sell Nike. Somebody was asking how to get ungated in Lego. Guys, I've had private groups. I've had many discussions about it. I don't know how to get ungated. I've heard the only advice I've ever been given was different covert ways to do it. And I would not recommend. If any hustlers know how to do it, you're more than welcome to drop something in the chat. I have no idea. I got over it a long time ago, and I'm gonna tell you a short story about that. Um, for a long time in the beginning, I wanted to get ungated in Barbie, Fisher Price, and what's them little toys? Uh, oh my goodness, I finally got ungated in them, and I don't even really sell them. Funko. And I thought, wow, I'm going to be able to do so much. And then when I got ungated, I was not impressed with what I could do. All right, somebody was talking grocery. Let's look at this and hope that we got a good match here. I love grocery. And guys, you gotta listen to what I'm about to tell you. When it comes to coffee, Americans love coffee. You cannot go wrong with it. Coffee makers, coffee supplies, ground coffee, coffee beans, K cups, coffee creamer, frothers, anything dealing with that, Americans consume that. So here we go again, guys. What are we looking at? I used Tactical Forecaster. I saw this was green right away. I would stop. I'm looking at my images. I have my column set up side by side so that I could hover over this one, let it get bigger, hover over this one, let it get bigger, and look and see if we got the right thing. Next thing I'm looking at, what's the gross profit? Now, here we go again, guys. That is a deal breaker because just because it's $1.94, that doesn't mean that I won't jump on it. But a return on investment of 9%, not enough for me. I like at least 20%. So we move on. I do sell glasses. I don't have a problem with that. I don't always get a lot of success at belk.com, but I do get some. I guess Calvary, you were in the military too, huh? Okay. I am ungated in Adidas. Is anybody else out here ungated in Adidas? We can look at this one if you are. Otherwise, I'm not going to bother. But look at that. When you talk about estimated monthly sales, 953, yeah, that's just an estimate. But wow, it's out of stock anyway. Now, what you could do, guys, again, we're inside of tactical arbitrage. Let's see what we got here. If possible, we can reverse search that. Even if we couldn't reverse search it, I can go. Let's see. Hold on. Let's look at it on Amazon. Look at that image. I'll just click and search it on Google Lens and see if there's somewhere else we might get it. I don't necessarily like the pricing, but what if Kohl's has it? And see, you get creative with this stuff. Look at this is available at Kohl's. A lot of times it's not about tactical arbitrage necessarily finding the exact deal. It's about tactical arbitrage giving you ideas. Okay. Now this may not be a match. Let me see. On Amazon, this is the Halo blue and white. That may not be available, but still, you see that gave you an idea. I think it's this. They call that almost blue. You'd have to look into that. I'm not going to do it right now, but you see my point. Sometimes tactical arbitrage, what it's doing is giving you a starting point, and then you can go from there. Norma says she is ungated in Nike. All right, we'll come back to that, but here's what we're going to do. I love sourcing at Home Depot. How are we doing this, guys? Tactical forecaster, green. Check restrictions, good. Check the images side by side, good. Check the gross profit, 1057, good. Return on investment, 46%, good. Sales rank, 86, good. Is it in stock at the price that it's supposed to be? It's supposed to be around $20 at Home Depot. Drum roll, please. Ha! Good. Next thing, is it really selling on Amazon for $47.19? Whoa. I don't know. Oh, look it. That's a 10-pack. That's why. Is this a 10-pack? Yes, it is. All right. Let's keep going. I see a suppressed buy box. Good. See, a lot of people want a buy box. That way they got something to fight over. So a bunch of fools can bring the price down and feel like they're doing something. Oh, let's fight so we can all try and be happy with making 25 cents. I like it when it's suppressed buy box because a lot of those fools will leave because they want a buy box to try and control. I don't like them. Okay. The next thing I'm looking at when I go to filter, I'm probably going to sell at FBA. There are no FBAs. That means I can put myself somewhere between these two and I'll be just fine. Now I will take a look at the competition, and I'm only seeing one rating on both of these guys. These some new jacks. I don't know. I'll come down. I see a tight keeper chart. I'm looking at that green line. I'm trying to see the velocity. There's a lot going on there. Okay. This does not seem bad, guys. Let's go back. And that's what I'm. Whoa. Hold on, my other. I'm doing this in my bed, and one of my whoa, come here, baby. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Hold that for 1 second. Just hold. Okay. Okay. I think so. Thank you. Hold on 1 second. Let's see here. Let's get that out of there. I'm so sorry. But no, that's what I'm trying to do. Basically, kind of give you a rundown of the things I'm looking at. Now, I think this could be good, guys. Watch what happens. Just to make sure, guys, the first thing I do, tactical forecaster, make sure that's green. Okay, look at my images. Do they match? Look at the gross profit. Is it good? Look at the estimated monthly sales. Is it good? Excuse me. Look at the average 90-day sales rank. Good. Is it at the price that it should be on the sourcing site? Yes. Is it at the price that it should be on Amazon? Yes. Double check. This is supposed to be a 2-inch. And if you can find that 6200Z, let's see here. If you can find that, I don't. And see, Ultralife 2-inch. Let me see. 6200Z. See, those are the things you're looking for, guys. This is looking good, right? We said 10 pack. Okay. We said 10 pack. This is looking good. Now, what's the next thing we're going to do? We're going to take that ASIN. We're going to copy it. We're going to come over. Remember, I use Inventory Lab, the Scout feature under research. You might use whatever you use, but you've got to make sure that the numbers are really going to match. Now, watch what happens. Okay, watch what happens. This is $19.99. Can we get it a little bit cheaper than that? Look at what I'm clicking on. This is an extension called Rev ROI. I'm going to click on it and see, can I get some cash back? Yes, I could save 8.1% by using max rebates. Maybe I can get a discounted gift card as well. But see, that's going to save me 8% right off the bat. That's different. That's a game changer. Okay. Rev ROI is what that is. But I'm not even going to put that in there. I'm just going to say, I'm going to say $19.99. Okay. Now watch this. Instead of 30.58, what if we went with this 47.19? Let's just take a look. Now, this is 66. You could round that up to 67%. I may list it at 47.19, but how do I run my business? I'm happy with 20%. You see what I'm saying? I'm happy with 20%. Let's see here. I was hoping that would change that for me. It didn't. But what if I went $39.99? My point is this: I've got wiggle room. One of the things I'm thinking about, one of the things I'm considering is, do I have the wiggle room? I don't want to be tight to where if I have to lower the price right away, I'm either breaking even or losing money. I'm going to give you guys, I'm going to drop in the chat the ASIN, and then I'm going to drop the link to the product at Home Depot. And now I'm going to go back. We were looking at that Nike bag. Who had that? Norma. Let's go back to that. This is no good. No good. No good. No good. No good. Where was that? We had that was at Kohl's, wasn't it? All right. Halo blue white. We might have had that. We saw that at Kohl's. Where did it go? Right here. Now, don't let me get you in trouble because I'm colorblind. I could not move on this without. But this looks like it. This says almost blue. They're calling it Halo blue and white. I think that's it, guys. And again, what are we going to do? We're going to see if we can sweeten the deal. So we're going to look at Rev ROI and see what we can save. Maybe we can get a gift card. Maybe we can get a little bit of cash back. Doesn't matter. What if you can't? So what? Watch this. Take that, ASIN. This may work. This may not. But this is how you do it, guys. This is the process. Before I even do anything, I see 25.32. That's not going to be a lot because we got to spend, even if I got to pay tax anyway. But even if I didn't, let's see, 1875. That's not bad. But watch what I have to pay. Now, this isn't including my cash back. I'm just saying. So 1875 plus 6% because I'm in Pennsylvania. I've got to pay 1988. You got to round up. Now, I'm okay with 27% return on investment, right? I'm okay giving 19, almost $20, getting that $20 back plus another $5. I'm not gonna get that 44 cents because it's gonna cost me a little bit to get the product in. But I'm okay with numbers like that if I'm looking at a product with that kind of sales velocity. If I'm looking at a product that has an estimated monthly sales of 2,867. Now look at that's across all the colors, but guys, this is pretty good. So let me see. I'm gonna drop this ASIN for Norma down in the chat. And I'm gonna drop the link from Kohl's. And what I love about Kohl's is if you source there a lot, you're gonna get free money. I got videos where I just talk about the free money that you can make. Okay. And remember, a lot of times you're gonna find a product for whatever reason, you're not gonna source it right then and there. So save it in your folder and you can come back to it later. Guys, one of the biggest resources for me is products that a bunch of us are sourcing 6 months later, a year later, when everybody else has run on and reverse searched everybody else and jumping on the same stuff and bringing everybody's prices down. You go back to some stuff that's been in your folder a year or more, and you can be doing really good things. So we'll take another, I don't know, 30 seconds or so. If anybody has any more questions, let's see. Let's see. Remember, my process when you want to source the product, you've got to evaluate, you got to make the purchase, you got to process, meaning whatever you're doing. If you're doing FBA, you got to get that stuff into the warehouse. You've got to identify your replens. You really want to build your business? It's about the replens. Arbitrage is a lot of one-offs. That's just the part of the process. Okay. You got to get through the dirt so that you can find the gold. All right. And once you find your replens, rinse and repeat. And then you've got to manage your business. And the biggest part, the part you want to get me going. See, y'all want to get me started. The part that gets me hooping and hollering is managing your business. See, because if you hustling, I know we're all working class hustlers, but you can be hustling backwards. Manage your business. Treat it like a legitimate business, and it will treat you right. That means when you identify your replens, you never allow yourself to run out. You've got to have it in, because when that customer was there, when it was his shopping experience, you either had it or you didn't. You can't get that time back. So y'all done got me started. I don't know why y'all like hearing me hoop and holler, because I'm really a very reserved, shy, and bashful person. So I don't know. Calvary says trying to quit my job and do this full time. You can do it, man. You can do it. Amen and amen. All right, guys. If there are any other questions, comments, concerns, drop them in the comment. Make sure you check the links in the descriptions. You can save. You can get 10 days free if you use my link in the description. But what you want to do is not just use my affiliate link. You want to take the lightning courses so that you can be, while you can be making money before you even have to pay one dime for this software. In those 10 days, look at how quick we found product. Okay. Plus, you're connected to me. You can't lose. All right. All right, guys. So that is going to wrap it up. Again, get with me. There's no reason you can't get help. Text the words working class hustler to the number on your screen, and you can have access to me for whatever. It don't cost you nothing to ask me a question, to get my opinion, to run something by me. Hey, if there's a product and you're not sure about it, I'm not going to jump on your product. I don't need it. Wouldn't it be nice to have someone to say, hey, here's what I'm looking at. Do you think it's a good deal? What's your opinion? Okay, I'm here for that. It don't cost you nothing. Let's see. Oh, anytime. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, and like my producer Jim just said, if you got any value out of this, please thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Like, subscribe, share. There's someone else that you know that you can help out. That family member that's always begging for money. Tell them, hey, look here. Here's a way for you to make money. Okay. There's someone that needs this. Share this. There's enough to go around. I've been sharing this since 2017, and there's always been more than enough. I ain't got enough money to source all this stuff. You're welcome, Norma. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up and enjoy my evening. And I shall return. But do make sure you check out the next video that comes out. I'm going to show a trick, because a lot of times when you get into this business, the issue is, hey, I want to get some stuff moving faster. My inventory isn't moving fast enough. I got a trick. All right. I'll talk to you guys later.